What's up, Ninja Nation? First of all, good morning. Merry Christmas Eve from my family to yours. I hope you have a wonderful one. I hope you enjoy. If you don't really rock with the holidays and you got the Christmas blues, listen to some music, and try and be with friends. And if anything, at least try and get a hot meal in you. Stay warm and know that Ninja Nation loves you. We're all diverse up in this nation right here. Outside of my books, there's all them threats, but inside, while I'm reading to you, you are safe, you are secure, and God loves you. All right, let's get rocking. Today's eye candy is brought to you by the lovely Christmas tree ornaments and milk. So that'll be your eye candy for today. Enjoy. All right. Page 54, Chapter 2. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., in an underground pipeline, exotic vehicles of different variations in size. Um, Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., in an underground pipeline, exotic vehicles of different variation and sizes revved, hummed, buzzed, and purred. The air smelled of gas and adrenaline. Import motorcycles were showing off their rides by popping wheelies and performing other tricks. On the sides of the abandoned pipelines, cars from every walk of life had their hoods popped, showing off their exotic engines. Ferraris with custom-built paint jobs, tuners, and import cars making the asphalt glow with their neon lights. It's not gonna work. Sorry, my back. All right, there we go. I haven't done my stretches today. Anyway, tuners and import cars making the asphalt glow with their neon lights glaring from underneath the cars' bodies. Body kits making them look fierce. A rather buff man with a thick Washington, D.C. slang accent stepped in between a Chevy Nova, and a Mustang. The two cars were in the center of the rundown pipeline. All right, yo, kiddies, listen up. We got some new blood pumping through the club's veins tonight. Here in the Nova American Muscle, we got our rich boy from Texas, my man Aaron. Give him his run for his money. The crew laughed in unison. Aaron wasn't sure how to take that last comment, but it seemed like a pretty chill group, so let it slide. Aaron revved his car a bit. Nobody drives muscle anymore, dude, Sparks, a tuner driver, said. Hey, Sparks, how about showing some respect? Unless you forgotten our family creed, another driver said, or shouted. My bad, I'll watch my tongue. Aaron stuck his head out of the window and shouted back, Eh, hey, Sparks, if you think American muscle is outdated, then why don't we see whose brain gets across the finish line first? All right. I like the spirit, but let's focus on the current race, young blood. Youngblood's opponent will be one of our own seasoned vets at Gecko Cove. Cheers erupted, echoing down the abandoned pipeline. Kill him! Smoke him! Take his ride! Beep, 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 Rizzle! Da-na-na-na. That's a shout out to my homeboy, my high school homeboy. Biggie raised his hands to hush the crowd. Hush the crowd. All right. Calm down, you animals. Our very own B-Rad. My man's is rocking a '07 Ford Mustang with the 370 big block dual exhaust with the so sexy paint job. A blonde girl with a leather jacket with a V-cut Tommy Hilfiger purple shirt and a pair of blue jeans that had rips in the knee part. Her name was Autumn. Fall, do you got the pink slips? Yerp, right here. She placed the pink slips in Biggie's hand. Thank you, madame. He turned to the racers. Aye, young blood, listen up. I got a couple rules for you. Don't crap if you can't back it up. Oh, don't crap talk if you can't back it up. Don't talk crap if you can't back it up. Lord Jesus, I'm not awake yet. Respect everyone unless they give you a reason not to. No exceptions. Number 2, race clean. No hubcap spikes, grenades, or any other grisly advantage you can think of. You are in this club because one of these people thought you had what it takes to be a part of our exclusive underground family. He raised his hands as to make a goalpost that extended them into a large V. Gecko Cove. These rules are placed in not to be an inconvenience, but most of these cats, this is their job. No one else will hire them. So if it is essential that we operate as a family unit, as a SWAT team. So if you can't rock with us, page 56. If you can't rock with that, go and dip now. If you can't rock with my rules, then you can stay. We have fun. We even diss each other at sometimes. I don't care what you do outside the track. When you're in my house, you're under my rules. I built this business with these own hands, and there is over 30 racing groups in DC alone. We are the most sought after. We are the most coveted because we have this honor code. I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna let you know right now how good you got it. Not everybody gets to get into Gecko's Cove. You're blessed to have such friends. Don't abuse that. Now for the pack. He spat in his hand and extended his hand out to Aaron, sorry. I don't really mess with blood packs because they are kind of messy, so we do saliva packs here. Same meaning as a blood pack, only less messy. Aaron cringed. You want me to do what? Someone shouted from the crowd. Don't leave him hanging. Spit in your hand and shake his hand. You don't want him on ill graces. Aaron looked over at Brad. Is this really a thing? B-Rad smiled. Yeah, yo, it's an initiation, bro. Do this and you're part of us. Oh, okay. Aaron spit in his hand and shook Biggie's hand. I was wondering how long you were going to leave me hanging. Welcome to the family, brother. Now let's race. He swung his finger in the air. Everybody who was idle along the wall revved their engines and hooped and hollered. B-Rad revved his engine. Let's go! Aaron smiled and looked around, then gripped the steering wheel and playfully revved his engine. Ladies and gentlemen, today our magic words are brought to you by the beautiful, amazing, and absolutely gorgeous Autumn. Take it home, Fall. Autumn walked in the middle of the cars. She untied a bandana that was holding her hair back. Racers ready! She raised the bandana above her head and they revved their engines. Get set! They both gripped the steering wheel tighter with anticipation. She hurled the bandana down to the floor. Go, 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 go! Both racers shifted into drive and took off into the asphalt jungle. Back in New York City, the sniper stood up and began disassembling the gun. There! Up on top the Penguin Publisher building. One of William Wilcox's security personnel said, looking through his M16 rifle scope. Let's go, Roof. Let's go. Roof of Penguin Publishers. What do you want? What do you mean? Hold up. Let's see. Oh, okay. All 6 personnel broke into a sprint. They reached the doors of the famous book printing company within 10 minutes. Shi No Kage looked at the name tag he was wearing. He bent down and picked up the hat from under the chair. The shadow went back to disassembling the Russian sniper rifle. Can I help you, gentlemen? The Penguin security guard asked, his hand under the desk. They flashed their badges and said, FBI, how do we get to the roof? First door to the right, agents. Is there a problem? Can't talk, explain later. They said as they rushed past him. Okay. Shi No Kage unrolled the barrel and gently placed it in its foam spot. He sped through the rest of the process. This assassin closed the case, but not before pulling a single calling card out. The briefcase automatically locked and reactivated the hologram program once it was completely shut. Shi No Kage bent down and placed the card under a leg of the chair. You guys take forever to climb 15 flights of stairs. Faint shouts came from the stairway. Well, Mr. O'Donnell, as promised, I will return you back home. And your ID and identity as well. I'm sure the sleeping agent I gave you is wearing off. He slowly walked over the side of the building with the briefcase in one hand. 3 minutes passed. Then the roof access door was suddenly violently kicked open. Left wing clear. Then they saw the sniper on the right wing. Freeze! FBI! Sniper tipped his hat and was gone. The agents scratched their heads as they blinked in confusion. Okay, y'all saw that, right? Mr. Wilcock was killed by a ghost. How the hell are we supposed to log that? If we tell the boss, he'll think we're drinking or smoking on the job. I'm not sure what to make of what just happened, another agent said. The agent closest to the table looked down and saw a card. Hey fellas, looks like our ghost assassin just got a little more real. He pulled his bulletproof black jeans up and bent down and gently lifted the chair and plucked the card from underneath. I don't think it was a ghost. I don't think ghost. Page 58. I don't think ghosts leave calling cards. John walked over to Jacob and handed him the card. Isn't this the guy who killed Mr. Williams' older brother? It was all across the news a month ago. Jacob said, very disturbed. I wouldn't know. I don't watch the news. It's depressing as hell. Shi No Kage placed the rifle briefcase on the shelf. The underground layer was roughly a little over 1,000 feet, about the height of a regular residential basement. Shi No Kage began to walk back up the stairs. Suddenly, he had a cold chill that went down his spine. I don't remember turning on the air conditioning unit. A voice that sounded like thunder boomed in across the warehouse. Kanbei Halamakari, I need to speak with you. The presence of a powerful being seared through the air like electricity. Kanbei, who was a seasoned killer, a man who feared no animal nor man, a creature of the night that had forgotten that he was human because he had the gift of super speed. He began to feel a very, very human feeling, uncertainty, and a small amount of fear. He began to think to himself, fear, what an odd word, what a strange feeling. I decided I don't like this feeling. Begone fear, I am fear. I don't feel fear. Grim Reaper himself can't touch me. I am fear, I don't feel fear. He waited a moment. It is still there. What is this sour numbness that I cannot shake? What is this being that can make me tremble? The shadow said as he grabbed the shotgun and a few poisoned ninja stars and his swords. The being said calmly but thunderously, "That won't work on me." As Kanbei reached the top floor, he scanned his living room. "Where are you, Great Spirit?" "I am everywhere, yet I am in one spot. I can choose to be as fast as the wind or in single place." The air was so thick, Kanbei was having trouble breathing, like climbing the summit for his cardio training, yet his arm hairs stood up like the very air he breathed was electrified. "Show yourself, Great Spirit," Kanbei said, walking cautiously circles around the middle floor. "I am immortal. You cannot hurt me. You cannot kill me." A beam of light knocked him down, and the shotgun fell out of his hand and slid across the floor. In the absence of the beam of light now stood a greatly built man in white glowing armor with a flowing beard that looked magnificent, as if he himself picked up the Niagara Falls and placed it on his beard. He wore a medieval greatsword, crusted strange symbols of gold on his side. Kanbei stood up and spun into a circle and flicked the ninja stars. "Enough! I do not have time for your petty games." The being's very voice stopped the stars in midair. Then they dropped it to the ground. Suddenly, Kanbei couldn't move. "I've temporarily paralyzed your muscles so you cannot move. I do not have time for your games. I came here to simply talk." Suddenly it clicked. "Wait, you're that spirit that almost got me in trouble at the rooftop. I don't enjoy dealing with the Russians. They are very pushy and impatient." "I left, didn't I?" "Who are you, spirit?" Kanbei shielded his eyes from the bright, brilliant white light that was radiating from this being. "I am the great I am, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I am the creator of heaven and earth. I am Yahweh." Kanbei's blood froze. Cold sweat started to go down his cheeks. "Yahweh? Yahweh of the Christian faith? The God of these Americans?" "No, you're not." "Why do you deny me?" "Because there is no God. He would have saved my parents, or at least not have let them die in such a brutal fashion." With sorrow in his voice and a tear in his eye, the being said softly, "Haruto, Kanbei, Halamakri, and Shia Azurumaru." Halamakri: "Yes, that was a sad, sad time indeed. I grieved for months when they were murdered." A flood of memories of that night made him drop to his knees. Horrific flashbacks as he stared at the ground. "That's Mom and Dad's name. You bastard, if you truly are the God of the Christian faith, why didn't you answer my prayers that night? I prayed to every religion, trying to get a atonement for the lives I took. You needed to go down the dark path to make you who you are today. I was not the cause of your parents' death." There's another, page 60. force at work other than myself. You are still broken, my dear child. On the inside, you try to hide it, but I see it. You can't keep living contract to contract, hoping that if you get enough blood on your sword, that the pain will go away. I see your pain, and it makes me grieve. Allow me to heal you, or at least let me help you through the healing process. Kambe raised his head with fire in his eyes and burning tears running down his face. No, you don't get to play on my emotions, Christian God. What gives you the right? My dear child, you have had so much anger that you don't even realize that it's weighing you down and making you heavier than any physical weight could. Guarantee you would be 100 times better ninja, shinobi, if you were to release that and give it to me. I don't expect you to do right now. The paralysis went away. Come get it out of your system so I can help you and continue to speak to you. Kanbei swung into a whirlwind of fast strikes, fancy styles, otherwise known as the Dragon's Fury Dance. Steel flew in every direction. Slice, stab, thrust. Yahweh effortlessly dodged each individual attack. You and every other human I created, think that just because I don't answer on your time that I don't want anything to do with you. Or I am just some mean ant bully with a magnifying glass, just trying to burn you. Do you realize that I take care of multiple worlds, and the animals and plants and birds of the air also pray to me? I forget no one, but I am also a very busy God. The attacks got stronger and faster, again effortlessly dodging. Why are you so angry? Why so much unguided emotions? Because it's your fault. Kanbei lost his composure. He threw his star and he produced a star and flicked it away. You're angry at yourself, not me. Kanbei grabbed the shotgun and fired. Click, click, bang! Steel can't hurt me. Why do you think lead can? The being placed his massive hand up in the air. Then suddenly the bullets dropped to the ground. I have a proposal for you, Kanbei. He sidestepped another whirlwind of steel. Yahweh smiled. My son, you're going to wear yourself out before I finish talking. I'm not that bad guy. If I wished combat, I'd take that up with Lucifer. He waved his hand and the shotgun was thrown from his hand, and the sword sheathed and placed on the far wall and Kanbei was winded and took a knee. Sweat poured off of him. Well, because I can't kill you, I suppose I'll listen to your stupid proposal. Kanbei's chest heaved heavily. I happen to need troops for an upcoming war. Hold on. Why would you need me? Don't you have hundreds of thousands of angel armies? So I've heard from the American churches. Yes, I do. Please don't interrupt me again. If you pledge yourself to my cause, and I will help you to begin to understand and help you heal. Don't you get tired of evil, unchecked, running rampant, such as the Black Dragon dictating your life? If you pledge your loyalty, I will make you a unique offer. There is a greater evil at work in this world than the ones you can only see with your eyes. Why do I care about your spiritual warfare? I didn't even know you existed until an hour ago. I will give you a reason. Wait, what? I just thought that. I didn't say it. What do you mean the black dragon is... Wait, no, hold on. The black dragon is dead. The Americans mowed them down and burned their dossiage to the ground. I saw the smoke all the way from the Kokoroyu province. Only the nameless shadows live, and though there are few of us left as well. Igarayu lives, my son. How was that possible, Yahweh? I smelled the smoke. I saw the wreckage. Check the lawyer's office here in New York City, by Dow and by Zell. I walk past that every day. I think I could figure out if another ninja clan was around. I could smell them. I could sense them. Normally, yes, you could in a heartbeat, but they went through great efforts to conceal their scent, their energy, and their presence. They wanted to make sure that you couldn't find them. But I'm a God of truth. I do not lie. I have no reason to lie. Page 62. If you are telling the truth, I will think about giving you a hand in the spirit war, in your spirit war. Fair enough. I will give you time to munch on the knowledge. Thunder clapped, and the god was gone. Kanbei blinked, trying to recollect what just happened. Did God himself really just visit me? This supposed God of all gods? The Bible fabled great I am? The slayer of Olympus? Or was it a really bright ghost or spirit just messing with him? So many emotions flowed through his mind right now. Bewilderment, amazement, anger, sadness, relief, revenge, confusion. I must lie down and meditate to clear my head. Shi No Kage, as Shi No Kage, no, yeah, as Kanbei Helamakri climbed the stairs to the top floor, his cell phone rang. He checked the caller ID and as he pulled the Android out from his pocket. Russia, unknown number. He slid the decline button up as it rang and sung, "You have reached Candace Phillips. I am away from my cell right now. Please leave a name, number, and reason for your call. I will return your call as soon as possible. Thanks and God bless." Son of a butt monkey. Are you sure this guy is good? He just hung up on me. A beefy Russian said angrily, throwing the phone on the $100,000 custom-built lazy boy couch. A French-accented man smiled as he sipped his tea. "Oi, oi, il est le Miller." Oh, Lord have mercy, I don't know how to read all that. I don't speak French. Two tinkles, whatever. Anyway, if you guys buy the book, you can read that part. Yes, he is the best. You worry too much, Francisco. The Frenchman walked over to wine cabinet and pulled out a 1962 Fireball whiskey. He popped the cork and he walked over to the kitchen area and grabbed two glasses of china from the rack. He switched to English. Some even say he's a legend, campfire story worthy, or a horror story, however you decide to look at it. Legend like the Chupacabra or Dracula. There is even a legend to say he's part vampire and only comes out at night to hunt. Um, Dracula, this is not true. He is a myth. The Russian smiled coyly. Ah, you're pulling my leg, you sly dog. You had me worried for a second. You had me believe you stumbled across a real vampire. You are too much. The Frenchman placed the two glasses on the great oak wooden tabletop. He switched back to French. Words in French that you can read when you buy the book. Come, drink a glass, my good friend. You Russians worry too much. I literally just Googled it and put it in the book. Anyway, the Russians placed hands on his knees and stood up. Yes, I suppose you are right. To the shadow assassin and black dragon. The Frenchman slowly poured the brown liquid into the two glasses. Francisco walked over to the wooden bar stool. He pulled the stool out. What? No, stool. Oh my lord. He pulled the stool out and sat down. The Frenchman slid one glass towards Francisco. They tapped. They tapped, tabled, toasted, and then drank. Long live the Black Dragon. Long live Igarayu. 3 hours passed, and the thunder and lightning boomed and flashed outside. Kanbei's eyes flickered open. Everything was hazy. It was storming. I wonder when that started. He lay there for a moment, listening to the pitter-patter of rain. It was like a rhythmic drumming, like an Indian beating on the titanium plates of the house's roof. A clap of thunder boomed and lightning flickered across the sky. It struck several places in the sky. Wow. Kanbei sat up and rubbed his brows. Well then, no more late night sushi snacks with special sauce. What a crazy dream, he chuckled up at the thought as he recollected the dream. Me, meeting the God of the universe, the Christian God coming down to talk to me. I have to give myself that. I got a creative imagination. He broke into a hysterical laugh. Yahweh. Yeah, I'm nobody a God wants to meet. Ha 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 ha. Me meeting a great God. That's too funny. He sat in silence. Shh. The sky lit up once more. Crackle boom! Alright, Kanbei, no more whiskey, soy sauce, sushi for you after 6 o'clock at night. Kanbei looked at the window for a moment, and the sky was gray and periodically danced with lightning. He stretched, yawned, and then stood up. His phone was on the redwood bedside desk. It blinked a bluish-green color. He picked it up and typed in his 7-digit passcode. 3 missed calls, caller ID, Russia, unknown number. Oh crap, I forgot to call them back and tell them it is done. Oh, they probably know by now. It's probably all over the news. He dialed the number back and told the operator the password. Hang on, Mr. Kage. I'll connect you. Bleep, 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 bleep. Alright, that's a minute in before my phone cuts out. So we are at page 64, chapter 2. Again, Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you for being part of Ninja Nation, and thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Enjoy your Christmas. Have a warm meal. Be with family and have joy. Try to laugh.